Good afternoon, Claire. So you work for Union Française de l'Électricité, but it is as the chair of the working group infrastructure of the platform for electromobility that you accepted to answer a few of my questions today. So we will mostly talk about the Alternative Fuel Infrastructure Directive, or AFID or DAFI for the French, which is maybe the #1 priority for the electromobility sector in 2021. Can you tell us more about why you think it's so important for the sector?
Yes, we're really in a dynamic that is very positive for the electric vehicles. 2020 had marked a record year for the sales of the electric vehicles in the European market. And it's important to note that this has been achieved in a very difficult context, even for the purchase of electric vehicles. The demand of the electric vehicles are still growing and they're becoming cheaper and cheaper. However, to support this trend, we need to make sure that we have the right charging infrastructure in place in Europe and to meet the demand on the road. And this is why the revision of the AFID is so important, because we need ambition at the European level, and we need to make sure that we can achieve the objectives that have been set by the European Union, notably the one of having 1 million of public chargers on the road by 2025. And here the AFID has a key role to play as the text that will regulate the deployment of publicly accessible charging infrastructure, and especially need to prioritize the transport electrification for all modes of transport and contribute to the decarbonization of the transport sector.
So what would the ambitious AFID look like? What do you hope to be inside the revision?
As the platform, we make key recommendations, and one of the most essential ones is to set minimum binding targets per member states for the deployment of chargers in Europe per type of transport, and this should be started in 2025. This is key because it has been proposed already during the first version of the directive, and it was rejected by the member states. So now we need to put it into place because the EV market has changed and the political context as well, and we need to move forward with the Green Deal.
So that's on the content. And do you also ask for also new format of the directive?
Yeah, the platform supports turning the directive into a regulation for the road transport infrastructure. And this is a key point as well if we want to have a rapid and harmonized implementation of the text across Europe and speed up the deployment of charging infrastructure.
So you say rapid, you say speed up, so we can tell that you're in a hurry. What are the next steps that you're looking for?
First, the AFID, obviously, it is part of the Fit for 55 package planned by the European Commission, now for the 14th of July. And then there's another text for charging infrastructure, which is key for electromobility, which is the revision of the Energy Performance of Building Directive. This is set by the end of the year. It will regulate private charging, and it is important because we should not forget that 90% of charging happens at home or in the workplace.
Thank you, Claire. Can you finish off by telling us more about the UFO and the role of UFO in the platform for electromobility?
As you mentioned, we represent the Union of the French electricity industry. So we represent the whole value chain of the power sector, gathering more than 500 companies. And as member of the Platform for Electromobility, we joined the platform around 2017 during the context of the Clean Energy Package. And we chair the working group infrastructure. So we're really committed in the platform activities because the power sector has a key role to play in the electromobility ecosystem. Not only by providing the electricity, but as well by integrating the EVs into the grids. And here the electricity sector is ready. Last reports show that even with 70 million of electric vehicles on the road by 2030, integrating them into the grid will only represent 8% of the total investment needed by the DSOs, far from what is needed to modernize the grid.
So there's nothing stopping us anymore. Thank you very much, Claire.
Thank you.
Bye.